Hello and welcome to Aha Moments. This one is entitled Thanksgiving. And the reason it was entitled Thanksgiving is because it was released on Thanksgiving Monday, October 9th, 2023, which just happens to also be my son's birthday. So isn't that an amazing gift for a parent? It's the best gift ever to have a child. Absolutely the best gift ever. And I was blessed with two stepdaughters before my son came around. So, and now, some step grandkids, which is kind of fun too. Anyway, it's my son's birthday on October 9th. So I wanted to write about Thanksgiving and all of the just the spirit of the season. Our Thanksgiving in Canada is really about recognizing harvest, going into some of the indigenous traditions of the earth and of humankind, and just spending time with family, having some creating some the food and the desserts and everything of what is timely at this time. I know for Thanksgiving this year I'm making squash soup, and I've got a pumpkin pie, and I've got obviously a birthday cake. Well, it's actually a hazelnut tort, which is a Haselnuss in German. It's a German recipe. So, oops, I guess I spilled the beans there. And of course all of the preparation of the feast that we want to have at this time of year. And I guess we say count our blessings. I think it's awareness. So I want to talk about Thanksgiving and all of what that means. So and this all the aha moments that I write, that I've released on Monday morning, Aha Moment Mondays, are and I've been doing this probably for about 8 years now. They're all the situations that you would experience, that you've experienced at some time of your life, maybe over and over again. And there's something about it that just shifts a perspective in you. So, you'll recognize the subject matter, and hopefully take an extra little minute to think about that shift and what it means, and that like I do, grow from it. So, and I remind everybody that when I write the ahas, I'm always talking to myself first. I am always learning and always growing. And every time I write, it's something that's important to me, or that I'm recognizing, or that I'm working on. So I want to share that sometimes the odd time somebody will say about getting on the soapbox, like, no, that's not me. That's not me. It really is about, I am talking to myself first. So know that. Okay. All right, I'm going to call it up. I'm going to read it. And, if you want to get these on your own, I love that you're coming on. And maybe you come on because you did get it on your email and you saw that there was a discussion happening on YouTube, and you go, yes, let's get a little more into this. Or, you just want to receive them, and sign up at jrang.com. And then 8 a.m. Eastern on Monday morning, you're going to get your hot in your inbox, and some other cool stuff too. So anyway, I hope you like it. So here goes. This one, as I said, is called Thanksgiving. Once at a seminar in LA, the speaker walked through the audience after giving a lesson on gratitude. The lesson included writing a daily gratitude list, then pausing to send love to someone who is bothering you. This is a very balanced exercise that takes conscious attention. And yes, sometimes you need to ask Spirit for a little guidance to complete it. As the speaker walked through the audience, she asked for gratitude stories. I didn't stand up, but this was mine that morning. Before I begin, know that my daily mantra always starts with, I am so happy and grateful now that I have perfect health. Then my top 3 that immediately follow are my son, the cozy, safe feeling I have every time I crawl into bed at night, and the ability to access clean running water at the exact temperature I desire at the turn of a tap. I regularly marvel at all of them. They've held top spot for decades. On that seminar morning, I awoke to find that the sink in my hotel bathroom had backed up, and the bathroom floor was flooded with this disgusting water. Upset and dismayed, I asked Spirit for guidance, and Spirit said, call housekeeping. Long story short, I had to be creative in using the facilities and be quick to move rooms and make the event on time. The front desk assistant shared with me, though, that she was convinced that my initial room was haunted. And this was a modern high-end hotel, which made the coincidence of my gratitude item being inverted all the more profound. Oftentimes when it's something, someone, or some time that's gone, that it occurs to us just how much they meant. Does that need to be the case? Can we be more mindful in gratitude and avoid regrets? Aha, gratitude isn't a list, it's a state of mind. When you make a habit of being present in conversations and really listening, follow up with someone when you know that they're working through change. Remember a birthday. Place a hello call with no agenda. Offer a ride. Hear your own profound voice when you speak. Deliver an unexpected thank you gift. Tip when it's not called for. High five trees on your walk. Show up where you're not expected. Carve out some love for those who trouble you. Really feel the blanket you're wrapped up in. Refer someone. Comment on posts and with thoughtful words versus emojis. Witness the strength of your legs when you walk. Say compliments out loud. Send good vibes to your water before you drink it. Or look into your eyes when you look in the mirror and smile, knowing how truly amazing you are. Your connection deepens. In this state, you're not moving from person to event to task, then circling to repeat it countless times a day. You're engaging your marvelous self everywhere at every moment. Know that your presence is a gift. I appreciate you. And happy birthday, William. How was that? I'll tell you, that was some experience in that hotel. Holy cow. Waking up, I have never had anything like that happen. And the first thing that occurred to me, because I am always so mindful, every single time I turn on a tap, it never ceases to amaze me that I can flip that switch and I can get clean running water at the exact temperature I desire. I marvel in that always. And here I was in that hotel room, and they had a lip on the bathroom floor, very smart, and that sink had backed up, which was, I guess I never seen anything like it, but the water was disgusting. It was so awful, and the bathroom floor was flooded. So when I say I needed to be creative to use the facilities and pack up, I'm telling you I did. And then when the front desk individual mentioned to me, she goes, there's something about that room. Like, yeah, I can see that. Of all the things that happened in the room, it's something that I appreciate on a regular basis that was taken away. So here's the clincher. Here's the aha, that it didn't take that for me to appreciate the water. That's what I thought was just so fascinating about this coincidence, is that I recognize and I appreciate water every single time I flip the tap, just like I appreciate my son every time I mention him. And, there are so many things that I do for him. And, sometimes it's making something, making some food for him, or just listening to him or whatever. But I'm so present with him. He is so important to me, is on the top of my gratitude list every single day. He's such a gift. And it's so important for me, for him to know that he has somebody who is solid and listens to him. All the other things on the list are things that I do on a regular basis. Now, again, I said it, I'm always talking to myself on the aha. So I'm going to tell you how I moved from the gratitude list into an attitude of gratitude. And I know that you've heard that, and people mention it, but at the same time, not that many people I witness embody it. And here's why I say that. I followed up with somebody, one of my golf friends, and I knew she was going after a job interview. And I normally only see her in golf. We don't socialize too much, but I followed up with her, sent her a text message, hey, how'd that interview go? And she was like, oh, and she told me about it. And she said, thanks so much for asking. And she was really surprised. And then I went to a funeral service for a friend of a friend. Now, somebody that I knew and was in my circle, didn't know them well. And for me, it was a very long drive to get to the service, but I really wanted to be there for our mutual friend. I knew that it was a very close friend of hers, and she was really struggling through it. So I made the drive. And when my friend saw me in the church, she just broke down. And I told her, I said, I'm here for you. And she just couldn't believe that I came. It's those things, those gestures, that really show your appreciation and gratitude. And they're, you don't necessarily have to, I was going to say, go out of your way. It doesn't mean going out of your way. It doesn't mean looking for places to fill. It means when you see an opportunity to express, even I mentioned about, saying your compliments out loud. I think so many times people think of compliments and they might tell somebody else, or they have them in their head and they don't say them out loud. And, the other day I was golfing with a, different group of people, and one of the girls had the most adorable skirt on it that just looked so cute on her. And at the end of the round, I said, you have no idea how awesome that looks on you. And she's like, yeah, I really like it. But it was just the fact that I think she was kind of taken back because we're out there playing golf and we're, having our usual conversation with everything. And she wasn't expecting the compliment, but I made a point at the time that I said, it's been going through my head all day that I just have to tell her, how cute that skirt is. And I think those kinds of things are what those, they say the little things that count, but it's not that, I got to be really clear on this when I share this with you. I don't go looking for these opportunities. I really don't. They really just present themselves to me, and it's being present. And it's being appreciative. When I did the Joe Dispenza walking meditation for the world, I'm not sure if you did it, was last weekend. And he invited everybody around the world, and he gave like a tutorial on what it was going to be. And there were some groups that assembled so that they could do it together. It was an hour-long walking meditation. So if you weren't familiar, he taught you how to do the walking meditation, and he guided you the whole time. So you knew when to walk, when to stand, whatever. And it was all about just putting, good vibes out into the world. It was very, very, very powerful, very good. And so we're doing this walking meditation and just filling ourselves, and everybody just was oh my God, they were so present and absolutely adored it. And I knew that, Dr. Joe had said, when you're on the meditation, don't stop for photos or chat or whatever, like stay in your presence. And that was very easy. I noticed everybody in our group was really like in my peripheral. I could really see that everybody was just doing their own thing, as was I. But my natural tendency as we walked through some trails along the beach was to connect with the green life, right? The green life, the plants and the trees. And as they were reaching out to me, and to see, this is things, as I said, I don't go looking for this. I don't go out of my way for it, but I felt a natural drawing to high five those trees or touch the leaves as I was going through there. I needed to make that connection. So that was really important to me. And sometimes when I'm on the trail, that's what ends up happening. The trees it's almost like they bounce out at me, and I have to put my hand on them and stop for a bit and enjoy their energy and send them some of mine. And then it's like every tree wants me to touch them. It's kind of funny. It's not that I'm going out to touch the trees. It's like they're calling me. So it's a really cool experience. The walking, I think, is again from doing walking meditation with Dr. Joe Dispenza, about being mindful of feeling the earth under your feet, feeling the strength of your legs, and actually being present when you're walking and feeling your body move. I mean, we don't give enough credit and take enough care of our health until something goes wrong, right? I put a post out that I said it would be great if we were transparent. I think we treat ourselves really differently if we were. So the point being is that, if we're grateful for our bodies, we're going to give it healthy food. At the end of the day, that's really what it's all about, right? We're not going to drop poisons into it. We all do, because that's part of the conditioning. It's part of the social conditioning. And, but again, we need to be mindful of that. And it stems from gratitude. So when we appreciate ourselves, when I mentioned about, being noticing your voice, looking in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, look into your eyes, and you actually can see and feel your spirit, and be appreciative of that, and get used to doing that on a regular basis. And all of those little things, as I said, I mentioned, those are just habits for me. So many of them are habits for me. And I don't like the feeling when I'm on autopilot, and when I'm task oriented and I've got too much going on and there's too much in my mind. When I get like that, I just really pull back. I'm not happy, and I don't feel healthy at that point. So I know that I need to kind of step back and collect myself again and go, oh, that's not me. That doesn't feel well. So let's go back to feeling well. And for me, it means kind of slowing down and just being present, just touching, looking, listening, all of the things, really using your senses, using my senses to connect with nature and connect with one another. So anyway, I hope that you love that, and I wish you the happiest Thanksgiving, and that we all enjoy the abundance that we deserve every day of our lives, and that we bestow it on everyone within our reach. So happy Thanksgiving, happy birthday, William, and we will see you next week. Succeed deliberately.